Hey, I'm Piven, and today we're going to look at the creepiest TikToks that I could find and that will keep you up at night. This guy on a motorcycle had a suspicion that he was being followed.
But, okay, now what is this truck seriously doing? What does he want? I don't understand. No. He's trying to wave me on. Go.
This girl found a camera behind a mirror in a dressing room.
Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Top 3 most painful torture methods. Number 3. The Brazen Bull. A hollowed out bronze bull with a door on its side. The victim was locked inside and a fire was set underneath it, heating the metal until the victim was roasted from the inside. The bull was constructed in a way that the victim's scream would sound like a bull was crying for help. Number 2. Disruption dismemberment. Each of the victim's arms and legs were tied to a horse, walking opposite ways, slow at first, then quickly, tearing at the joints, leaving the victim to bleed out. Number 1. The tub. The victim is placed in a wooden barrel with only his head sticking out. Their face was smothered with a mix of milk and honey. They were then forced to eat what was left on their face, giving them bad diarrhea. In turn, that would attract maggots that would eat their bottom half slowly from their infected wounds. This has been known as one of the most painful and long torture methods.
Yes, the picture at the end is real. In 1876, a woman from a very prominent family in Paris goes missing. After years go by and no one has a clue what happened to this woman, friends and family ultimately mourn her death and move on. 25 years later, and this anonymous letter shows up on the Attorney General's desk, claiming that the missing woman's family had a secret. Intrigued by the letter, the police go to the family's home, show it to them, and ask to search the property, to which they say, go for it. They search, they don't find anything, but on the way out, they notice something very peculiar. At the end of some stairs was a door that was padlocked shut. When the family refused to open it, the police break it down and make a horrifying discovery. Cowering on a rotten straw mattress in a pitch black room was the missing woman, now 50 years old and extremely malnourished. Her mother had imprisoned her there after they had fought over her boyfriend, and she had not seen sunlight or another human being in 25 years.
Here are some things that actually happened at Disney parks that'll scare the hell out of you. First up, we have one that literally sent shivers down my spine. A teen once drowned trying to swim from Tom Sawyer Island back to the main Disneyland park. That's right, 2 brothers snuck out and hid on the island until park closing. They then tried swimming back to the main park, the older with the younger one on his back. But the older one went under and they found the body the next morning. I think they actually closed that attraction down because of that story too. Pretty scary. Next up, we have one that's super creepy. But people consistently try to dump the ashes of their loved ones on Disney's property. This actually is a girl that got caught doing it. This has supposedly become such a big problem over the years that employees have been trained on how to handle a guest when they think remains are being scattered around Disney. Next up, we have a super scary one. But the spirit of a little boy actually lurks in the haunted mansion in Orlando. Cast members have said they hear him giggling and mimicking the hurry back lady after the ride shuts down at night. Pretty cool!
Boy, did this kid pick a good night to have his phone out filming. In 2008, a teen decided he wanted to film himself playing the very creepy Midnight Game. In a nutshell, you turn off all the lights in your house and you walk around from midnight to 3:33 a.m. And if at any point you stop moving, the Midnight Man will attack you. Around 2 a.m., the kid thinks he hears something in the kitchen, but he also thinks his mind's just playing tricks on him because he is playing this game. But he goes to check it out anyways. When he gets downstairs, he doesn't hear anything, but he does see that his door is now open. And when he goes to shut it, someone pushes back. He sprints away, goes upstairs, jumps into his room, but keeps filming.
Oh, damn child, leave this house.
Take a flower.
This is why you should never talk to strangers. In the early 2000s, a young girl was waiting outside her friend's house peeling the bark off of a tree when a strange man approaches her. As he got closer, she could see that he was grinning ear to ear and his face was white as a ghost. He walks right up to her and pinches her on the arm and says, "How would you like it if I peeled your skin off?" Just then, her friend's mom yells for her to come inside and the man walks away. It would be years before the girl's mother would finally tell her who this man really was. Her friend's mom had seen the man pinch her on the arm and had immediately called the police, who quickly rounded this guy up. Plastered all across the inside of his van were dozens of pictures of this girl. But what they found in his storage locker is straight out of a nightmare. In the locker was a chair with hand and arm restraints. Next to it was an anatomy book and hundreds of torture tools.
This one are just pictures of creepy mascots and children crying because they are just terrified by them. These guys explored an abandoned replica of Disneyland.
This was one of the strangest experiences of our lives. Nara Dreamland was an abandoned theme park in the city of Nara, Japan. It was originally built as a replica of Disneyland. But when the actual Disneyland opened in Japan, they started to go out of business. It's been abandoned now since 2006 and was eventually demolished in 2016, just a few weeks after we snuck in to see it.
How is this for kids? Playboy 1999 calendar.
Mark, be careful!
We may have been the last people that ever got to explore it.
She must have been out of her head. Here it is.
Hey guys, quick creepy story. So my mom recently moved into this house, and when me and my siblings were checking it out, I noticed this hole in the duck's eye in the bathroom. Now I went under the crawl space in the room next door, and you can see through the same hole and see that it's pointed directly at the toilet. The creepiest thing about this is that the only person who lived here before my mom was an old lady who lived alone.
This ice cream truck was so creepy because this was said to be recorded around 8 p.m. in the evening, and that's just not the right time to sell ice creams to kids.
If you have one of these Amazon motherfrickers, you need to watch this video because the stuff I'm going to tell you is very scary. Everything you say after the wake word is sent to Amazon directly. And unlike Apple or Google, they don't have a computer automatically transcribe the audio. An actual Amazon employee will listen to your conversation. And what's even worse is your audio is not anonymous. They know your first name, they know your location, they know what your voice sounds like. Do you record everything I say and send it to the NSA?
I don't know that.
One time a guy asked for a simple data file about him, and Amazon accidentally sent him 1,700 voice recordings from another person. Alexa, do you record everything I say and send it to the government?
Amazon takes privacy seriously.
Do you see what I'm saying? This is not normal stuff.
Top 3 creepiest TikTok accounts, Part 2. Number 3, Bon Skinny. At first, most people suspected this was a hoax account, an artist looking for a new creative outlet. But over time, it's become clear that it's a lot more serious than that. Nobody's ever seen Bonnie's face before. She always keeps her mask on, and Mr. Man is an invisible person that talks to her and forces her to do things she doesn't want to do.
I'll be back. I have to leave because Mr. Man said so, but I want you guys to know that nothing will change.
Number 2, I'm watching now. An old Russian woman yelling incoherent Russian at TikTok videos all day. As not creepy as it sounds, scrolling her page gives off some chilling vibes. Number 1. Sitting and smiling. This account is exactly what the username says. Over 30 videos of a girl sitting and smiling. It's been suggested repeatedly that she's been kidnapped, and that there are messages in her videos. Even her bio says it. Kinda weird.
And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed watching the video, leave a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. See you on my next video.